Hey, what's going on? Have you tried to lose weight before, or maybe you're currently trying to lose weight and you learned and realized that it's just a little bit harder than you thought it would be? Well, there are reasons for that. In this video, I will explain to you why losing weight can be so darn difficult. You know what? Let's punch weight loss in the face. Bah! The first reason that weight loss can be so difficult for so many has to do with being human, the human design. Humans are born to consume calories. We are born to eat. From the minute we come into this earth, we're ready to eat. Anyone who's had a newborn or has a newborn child now knows that is the truth. So much so that if a newborn arrives in this world and doesn't want to eat, that can be a medical emergency. Humans need to eat because if we don't eat, we die, right? We have to eat. Think about how powerful that is. Think about how powerful the signal of hunger is. If we didn't have a signal to eat, to want to eat, why would we eat? So there is a mechanism deep in our bodies that tells us we have to eat. It's a matter of survival. Not only do we have to eat, but we also have to consume liquids so we can be hydrated. And currently, we don't have to necessarily hydrate with pure water. We can hydrate with flavored waters that have calories, sodas that have calories, different types of juices, alcoholic drinks, you name it, in a liquid form, we can hydrate with that. When someone goes on a weight loss plan or a weight loss diet, it obviously revolves around the consumption of food. And in most situations, the action they're going to take is eat less, like the quantity, and not eat as often. So now those are two things that you're gonna be fighting. You're gonna try to eat less, and you're gonna try not to eat as often so you can lose weight. But what are you really fighting? You're fighting the signal from your brain that tells you you should eat. And in my opinion, what makes weight loss very challenging for so many is that this is something that will be ongoing. If you're going to lose weight and keep it off, that means every day you have to learn to deal with the urge or the necessity to eat in a way that you didn't deal with it before. So now you have to maybe ignore it sometimes, or maybe sometimes you can't eat as much as you used to, or as much as you were used to eating. And that is every day, every day. The feeling of hunger is never gonna go away for the rest of your life. Unless you get sick, hunger is part of being human. So it's not as easy as saying I'm gonna cut back on my food, or I'm not gonna eat at this time and I'll just eat at that time. It's not as easy as it sounds because you're fighting something physical. You're fighting an actual feeling, a physical feeling of wanting to eat. And dealing with or fighting the physical urge to eat becomes psychological, right? Because now you have to think. If you're trying to lose weight, you have to actually think, I'm not gonna eat at that time. I'm not gonna eat as much. I'm not gonna eat as often. Whatever your approach is, you actually have to think it. It's psychological. So now there's two wars going on, two battles. There's the physical battle of dealing with hunger and how are you gonna approach it? And there's the psychological battle. They go hand in hand because being hungry is physical. It is a physical feeling, but there's also a psychological component where you have to actually decide what you're gonna eat, at what time you're gonna eat, how much you're going to eat, correct? Because we don't just eat indiscriminately. Well, sometimes I do, but for the most part, we don't eat indiscriminately. We don't just go around eating whatever. It may feel like that, but you actually have to think, I'm gonna go over there and eat. I'm gonna go to the refrigerator and eat. I'm gonna hang out with my friend and eat tonight. You actually have to think about it. So we have all these resources, whether it's gyms, supplements, doctors, professionals, personal trainers, to help us lose weight, but yet it's a challenge. You wanna know why? Because there's something else that's abundant, and that is food. Food is everywhere. It's probably the most food we've had at our disposal ever. You know what else has changed? Not only do we have access to food, the food is now delivered to you. DoorDash, Grubhub, and who knows what else. And I think there's some apps or some businesses that are starting to deliver alcohol. Now we have more food at our disposal and we don't have to move to go get the food. That is very powerful. So although we have all these resources on one side to help us lose weight or help us get our weight under control, we also have a lot of resources to help us keep the weight on or help us gain weight.